Hello, welcome to the Great Days Golf Podcast. We're going to get straight into this one because we've got a very special guest today, Rhys Ap William. We've got to get it done because he's literally just dropped out of Publicum, where he's been filming. He's obviously star of that Welsh sitcom, but he's more than that. He's a commentator. I work a lot with him across all range of sports, and he's the guy you hear at the Principality Stadium when Wales, the national team, run out. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, Wales! Here he is, Rhys Ap William. Thanks for joining us on the Great Days Golf Podcast, Rhys.
That's the best introduction I've ever had.
But you were the one used to giving the introductions, didn't you?
Yeah, well, that's an honour, really, on match day, and it'll be 20 years next year since I've been there.
Wow.
I did Grand Slam party in 2005. I was doing trails for the BBC on rugby, promoting the games they were showing, and then the stadium said, "Oh, would you like to come down and do the party for presenting?" I can't remember, one of the royals was there, Charles, or it might have been William, and then I did that one, and they said, "Oh, do you fancy doing the autumn?" So autumn 2025 will be my 20th anniversary
Fantastic.
of shouting on the mic.
No, but it's more than that, because you do half time, don't you? And you do some pre and post
Welsh
match.
and English, I think it's apart from playing, it's the closest I could get. And let's be honest, I was never going to play for Wales.
Come Llinfer Centre. Well,
I was pushed to the centre because our captain was scrum half Martin Harris, and he wouldn't pick me anywhere else.
you decked out of filming today, Publicum. God, you're in that storyline. You've been in there a long time.
Yeah, that's 1996. So you had another year, it'd be 30 years there. But I've been lucky. I've left the series 4 times, and I've had long gaps, and the longest being from 2011 to 2012. So in those gaps, you get a chance to do anything you really want. And I've an experience then in sports. In drama, in film, in singing, so I've had the variety, which they say is the spice of life. But if I'm honest, I'll do anything for money.
Well, that's one of the reasons we got you on, not because you're close to Great Days Golf, but what a lot of people watching this, listening, won't know is you've worked on golf a lot. Now, the Royal and Ancient, the Open, you've done some on-course stuff, some announcing and that. Tell us, what's it like working at the Open?
Well, if you're a golfer, there's nothing quite like it. The Open's, for me, I know it's Masters Week, but the Open is special, and they stopped calling it the British Open. Even the Yanks have given in now because it is the Open. The Open. And it was very special. 2013 I started, went to 2013, where do we go? Muirfield, I'm going to say. And it was special. I think one of the first interviews I did was with Tom Watson. And it's
doesn't get much better than that, does it?
I've sat down for an hour with Gary Player.
No.
And you rarely do you meet your idols in any walk of life, but I was lucky to meet a few of them, Watson especially, And then I did that until Portrush. And I'm glad I finished at Portrush because that was an experience in itself. The Open, to go back there for the second time, and to go across the pond, be it a little one, it was fantastic. But you meet some great people, you see the best golfers in the world, walk the courses, play a couple of the holes. You're back at Troon this year, and I've played the postage stamp and hit a couple of balls from the bunker, and I've woken at 4 a.m. and had the pleasure of being with the green staff at Carnoustie and having a look at what they do to the course and, the manpower they chuck at that to make it work, and then it finishes on Sunday and the Americans are playing at 5:45 on Monday, so it's crazy. But yeah, a real pleasure. I always used to ask the question to whoever was at the time, chief exec of the RNA, when you coming to Wales? When's the Open coming to Wales?
Well,
and they always used to cut it out of all my pieces. Can you cut the question about Wales out, please? Because it's a tough one. It's been everywhere else, really. And it's about, if you've been to an Open, it's not about the course. It's about the infrastructure around it, and that's where we suffer in Wales. Say if you went to Royal St David's, right? To get there is a nightmare. It's in and out. How do you get all the trucks, the infrastructure, TV, and where do all the people stay? That's the only issue, I think. Porthcawl, it's done the Senior Open, and it's got a shout, but then it's massive site you need.
I think Porthcawl has been offered it
in the background at certain points under conditions that they change this, this.
Yeah.
And Porthcawl were like, wait, hang on a minute. Because
Yeah.
I don't think people realise when you said about Portrush, they changed the course.
Yeah.
You know, they changed a couple of the holes around
Yeah.
purely for the infrastructure and
Yeah.
filming
It's got to be worth doing, isn't it?
and cameras.
I think
Absolutely.
so.
Legacy of it.
And look what
Absolutely.
happened. Everything paid off for the Irish. It's been massive.
You get back into
Huge
the
boost
open
to the
circuit
tourism.
then of
Yeah.
rotation, you know.
Well,
But
Portrush, you mentioned.
Yeah.
We looked at this 2025, isn't it?
Yeah,
Back to
Yeah.
Portrush.
back to Portrush.
Yeah.
And that didn't have the infrastructure, did it? That was a bit of a nightmare for
Yeah.
them to kind of sort that out. Well, Porthcawl is probably a bit easier to
Yeah.
work out, I'd have thought.
yeah, well, your road links are pretty good, aren't they? You know, and then your hotels. You know, Wales is small. You can stay in Cardiff, Swansea,
Bristol even,
Bridgend,
you know.
Bristol.
Yeah.
You know, so it's doable, and I'd love to see it in my lifetime for the Open to get to Wales. But
Well, mate, with your experience, Rich now, a new director of travel, you need to tap into some of his experience.
Well,
Played every course in Wales, Rich.
Every 18-hole
Wow.
golf course. But I say that. I haven't played the one you played a few months back.
oh, you haven't been a rider.
No, and I saw that on
Did
YouTube.
you read about it? You know, because it's a Mackenzie course.
Wasn't it just accidentally discovered?
Well, it was during COVID. You
Yeah.
know, if you could look it up. But you know, Mackenzie did Augusta. You know, and he designed. I don't think he ever actually went to Augusta because you know travel was different and you know people were there and then he designed it, his drawings, and people were on site and sent everything back. But yeah, apparently he did Ryder, which was a 9-hole course that sort of finished in the 50s, early 60s, I think, and then someone found it again and found the original tin cups, flagpoles,
crazy.
and then he goes up to look after it, you know, and he's a farrier by trade, and he goes up and cleans as much as he can. So I thought, it's always been, since I knew about this about 4 years ago, it might have been Portrush actually that I found out about it. One of the boys said, I said, what? All right, I'll have a look at this. And I eventually made it to Ryder.
It's a nice part of the world, to be honest.
And then it's a tough old course, you know, even if in Great Nick it would have been really tough, really undulating. You're on this rock, you go round the top of the rock and then come back down. And I played like 2-3 holes and it was amazing. And I got to the top of the brow, lo and behold, there's someone with a pencil bag, 4 clubs in it,
That's brilliant. Isn't it?
Serious?
playing 6 balls, and he played the 9.
We'll grab some of that footage and we'll get our social media expert
It's
Rob
worth
to
you
put that
guys
on.
going up, you know.
Golf
Yeah.
as it used to be, kind of. You know,
Well,
it's-
yeah, you know,
it's pretty cool.
you got. Like I said in one of the clips I did, Sevi would have had some some cheap droppings, but I had to play it as it lied.
I played Llandrindod Wells the other week, and that was in real.
That's
good.
a little hidden gem.
That is a hidden gem. So
Fantastic greens.
we were looking to package that up, weren't we? Send
Yeah,
people to
we'll be
Llandrindod.
doing that with Bilth Wells Craddock, staying in Llandrindod at the Metropole. Quality little package, that.
Oh, yeah,
Good value.
Sign me up for that one.
Best course you played on in Wales?
In Wales, well, I grew up playing at the Palleg, which is now the Celtic Minor. I think they've changed
Yeah.
it to 9-hole course. Then he went to 18.
I said best course you played on in Wales.
Wettest then. I had my spiked wellies out for that one. But they changed it to an 18. I think they should have stayed at 9, worked on that, put some additional tees in. It's a really nice course, you know. But best course I've played in Wales. Well, you know, Porthcawl, Southern Down, Pyle and Kenfig. I like Tenby as well.
Tenby's lovely.
Borthon and Islas.
Have you played any up in North Wales?
Yeah,
at all?
Conwy is nice.
Yeah.
Morfa Nefyn, Porthmadog, Beaumaris. We used to go on like a West Coast swing and travel up and
Aberdyfi was
you
the
know,
one.
Aberdyfi, another beauty.
Bull
but-
Bay. Have you played Bull Bay?
Yeah,
in
Bull
Amlwch?
Bay is lovely.
That's my favourite. That's the most fun golf course in Wales. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it.
Don't know really. As long as
You played most of them.
If
by
I'm
the
playing
sounds.
well, then all the courses are great. You know?
To be fair to you, you hit the ball. You hit the good ball.
I don't play enough, Sean. We know that. If I play a lot of golf, then I get consistent. But my swing path is all over the place, and then I'll be good for a couple of holes. Then I'll triple and quadruple a couple. Then I'll have a birdie. Then I'll have 2 out of bounds. You know. And then
Is there anything you're always that's always there that you're working on?
what I'm
or
scared
something
of
you
in
can
golf,
get
of
on
course,
top of?
is the Scottish shot, which is the shot we don't race. Like
We don't
when you
talk
do
about.
you don't talk
Yeah.
about Macbeth. It's the Scottish play. It's the same thing in golfing words that I used to hit the ball right. And I remember playing in Lostwithiel down in Cornwall, train track, playing really well. I shot 73 on a course day before, playing really well, 4-iron in my hand, straight off the hosel, doo-doo. Into City. My ball went a long way on the train, but
So is that always
and
in your-
I hit 2 of them. And my 4-iron went back in the bag in 2 bits. And then my confidence went. Yeah.
And
I know what it is.
Is it always there?
Yeah. It is always somewhere lurking. And I remember one of the phone-ins, pre-open 2011, 12, something maybe before. And there was a pro on there, and I said, what can you do about the Scottish shot? And he was like, well, not much. But he gave me a 2-ball drill because I've got a reverse pivot a little bit. So my right leg straightens, and then I come over the top. So he said, line up on the outside ball, hit the inside ball, hit the inside ball.
Sean's got a great video of me hitting the shank, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. It was always going to happen, mate.
Hammer the holly, wasn't it?
Holly.
And he was videoing me. I thought, I'm going to shank this.
I was there.
Rob,
I remember
run that in right
I just knew I was going to do it.
Touch wood, because I don't play that much anymore, it doesn't really bother me. And if I'm honest, I haven't had one in maybe 2 years, a proper one, where it comes from nowhere.
That's scary, though.
If you ever feel, the shots where you think it's going to happen, right? That are lingering in the back of your head. So when you have those situations, honestly, the best way not to do it is just aim slightly left of target. So you're trying to hit a cut, like left or right shot if you're right-handed, and just think path across the ball. And you cannot hit it out of the hosel.
I can. Trust me,
you
I can.
can't.
The thing is, having played with Rhys, I think that has the potential to go.
You want me to hit it from left to right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can hit it left to right.
I think that will go left to right.
We'll spend some time on it, and we'll sort that out.
We played Rhys and I. We went to commentate together on a rugby match. We had to go to some. Where was it? Birmingham, was it?
Yeah, Solihull, was it? So just south of Birmingham Airport.
Studio, which is at the basement of a haunted house. There was one guy in there doing "You rang me, Lord." It was honestly, it was creepy as you like. So he rings me. He said, "Fancy give him a golf before we go up." Yeah. We played West Midlands.
That's right.
Remember
West
that
Midlands.
hole?
Yeah.
What was it called? Devil's Hole or something like that?
Yeah.
It was 666 yards.
Downhill to a tree. Sean, it was a bit wet, Dad. I remember you hit a great ball off the tee.
Yeah, first time I ever got a par 6.
Yeah.
Was it par 6?
Par 6?
Yeah, it was, yeah. You had a nice
6.
ball off the tee, I remember that. I played quite well, and, when you don't play that much, it's really difficult, but I've been lucky, and some summers I remember playing well, and once I started playing poorly, I put the clubs under the bed and forget about it and come back, and the less I played, the better I was. Yeah. The more I played, the worse my swing got, and you start to think about it then, and I when I was up the path, I think I got down to 7 point something, and then I played a lot, and then it was about breaking 80 all the time, and scoring well, and I remember went round the front 9, even par, birdied the par 5 10th. And then I dropped 10 shots in 8 holes because I was just thinking about it, I'm unbelievable. I'm gonna do it out of bounds. I was like, but it got you, and no, it doesn't. I guess with age, I just enjoy playing golf, and I'm out on the course, walking, hitting balls, inevitably from under the trees or in some bush. But it's still fun, and that's for me what golf is about now. It's not about winning, getting my handicap down. I just enjoy being on the course with mates, having a chat, and hitting the occasional good one. That's
what it's about, yeah.
That stays with me now. Instead of the bad shots staying with me, I'll remember the good shots, So,
Mate, I got a topical question from one of our followers. Carl Davis has asked a question.
Oh, look out.
Rhys, make a choice. Sing at a packed-out Royal Albert Hall. Star in a Hollywood movie. Play in the Masters.
Well, I haven't sung at the Royal Albert, and I'd love to. I have done a couple of films that have not been, big blockbuster Hollywoods, but the Masters is something really special. Yeah. I wouldn't even have to play there. I just go there, and that's
a bucket list, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have to go. I've got a chance of doing the other two. I've got no chance of playing in the Masters.
Yeah, you're in the Clandarcy murder, so there could be some major director watching that, mate.
Augusta could, is one.
Tip for the Masters?
I put a couple of quid on McIlroy. Really, I think.
Oh, don't do that. They've lost a lot of money on Rory.
I think he'll do well, but I can't see looking too far beyond someone like Scotty Scheffler or John Rahm, really. You know, I'd be really surprised if someone comes out of the pack. People are talking about Tiger shooting 31 on the front nine.
It's because of what he said in the
No
press
chance.
conference, isn't it?
No chance.
Yeah.
No way in the world. His body, I don't think, can
Can't
take
walk
it.
it.
Not on that course.
This is going on tape. This is Rhys Ap, you know. Imagine
I
he
know,
does it.
but
I wouldn't put it past him.
But Augusta is not flat. It is really up and down. And I don't think, you know, he might be there or thereabouts come sort of Friday evening, but I don't think.
4 rounds.
I'll say think, just in case he does.
I had DJ at 30-1.
That's great odds. That's great odds.
30-1.
Yeah.
That's got to be worth a shout.
He's sort of gone off the radar a little bit, DJ,
Yeah,
isn't he?
Yeah.
You know,
But
there's a
he's
few-
so calm.
Yeah.
It's just
He loves that
if
course,
he
doesn't
gets
he?
it going.
I think a lot of them who've gone to live look calm.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah.
No stress.
Playing less golf, you know, I think that's the one thing. You know,
Yeah.
you might not be as competitive or right at the edge of competitiveness, but
Fresh though, aren't
yeah, you are, and you see your family. So you know what makes you happy. You know, a couple of $100 million will it certainly.
thank
You
you
know,
very
but
much.
then you have a bit of time off as well and a bit of downtime to see the family, see your kids grow up. You're not shooting all over the States or be it, you know, in Europe or around the world even. So why not? I can't knock them for taking it. I'd love for it to be one big tour. You know, and we can all sort of see the
think
best
it'll
players
come.
playing regularly.
I think it'll come, and the team format. I've started watching it more the last month or two, and I like the team format because even the players that are on the periphery of the tournament itself are still playing their art out
Last week.
for their team, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Last
let's
week
do
the
it.
guy had to make a bogey for the team to win by a shot.
Yeah,
He had to make a 6 on a par 5, and he only just did. He hit one in the water with his second shot. So he's not in the tournament individually, but as a team.
but he's still in there.
John Rahm did the same thing. He had to make a birdie on the last hole, and you could see it meant something to him. He's really
Yeah, I
finished
think, you
like
know,
top
there's
5.
think
definitely a format that works, and yet golf needs to evolve, doesn't it? You know, you need, you know, they're desperately trying to find shorter formats of the game, so it doesn't take 5 hours of your time, and they want, you know, everybody involved in golf, but it's a tough one to change, isn't it? You know.
I mean, for the purist, it is, isn't it? But I think there is room for live. I think there's room for that tournament where there's that par 3 and they all the hospitality is on.
The waste management.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
The
where's that,
waste
Houston?
management,
No.
they do it in Denmark as well,
Scottsdale,
where they walk through the bar.
Yeah.
That's in Denmark, isn't it? The one par 3 on
Yes,
the
that's right.
Danish Open, and they go through the beer tent.
Yeah.
See,
So-
things I
so
think
they're
there's,
doing it,
there's room. You know, we're looking at Great Days Golf to host that sort of nearest the celebrity, nearest the pin event, if you like. You know, it could be in the summer, moving into the sort of dusk and bit of night golf in and around the par 3 green and a tee, marquees, canapes, drinks, bit of music going on, golfers, clients, celebs, you know, let's have a bit of fun
vibe.
around that.
Yeah.
You don't have to walk around for 4 hours.
Yeah.
A bit of target golf, but, you know, right into the draw, right, okay. Joe Bloggs has drawn Jonathan Davis, Jiffy, right? So you get, you know, you paired up, have a crack at Jiffy nearest the pin, or Scott Quinnell, or Rhys Ap, or
it's
Rod
just great.
Woodward, or
That'd
Joe
be great
Ledley.
fun, you know.
Yeah.
Golf needs to be fun.
Yeah.
Needs to be a shorter format. I used to love playing if an 18. If you could find a little loop that would take you out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cut across on 6, then play 17, 18. You know, and I squeezed it in. Great. Hit 2 balls. Course is quiet. Fantastic. You know that it needs to be 9-hole courses. You know, maybe that is something they should look at more as well. You know, you know, to make it accessible.
Played the Welsh Disabled Open last summer, 9 entrants because it was a 9-hole course. A lot of the English boys had entered, saw it was a 9-hole course, didn't bother, right? St Melid,
Prestatyn, right?
So
okay.
just up the road from Pontins, so you've got Prestatyn, the links course, right next to the old holiday place. And as you drive into the town and go up the mountain, it's a 9-hole course on the side of the mountain. What an incredible... They missed out because the greens were fantastic. Proper 9-hole golf course. Just played it twice. 20 yards difference on the tees.
Did you win?
I come second.
No prizes for second,
No
mate.
prizes for second.
Listen, we've got to wrap this up because Rhys got to get back filming
Yep.
Couple of Cymru's. Thanks so much for everything you do for Great Days Golf, for joining us on the podcast. Good luck
it's
with
a
everything.
pleasure.
Look forward to
Pleasure.
seeing you in the golf season.
Yeah, I've got to get my 4-iron fixed as well from 2 bits. Still, for 20 years it's been in the bag.
Talking about.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Rhys.